fun questions, and we're going to be doing a giveaway. So thank you so much for being part of our Genius Biofeedback community. We really pride ourselves on having such an active community of passionate people who want to continue to learn. And what a great way to start the week. So thank you so much for choosing to start your week with us. We really, really appreciate it. Let's see if we can play this here. And then we're going to switch over the view in just a moment anyway. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, we have an energy medicine course coming up. So a warm welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We really, truly appreciate you. We have an energy medicine course. So actually, let me just make sure in the chat, everybody's doing okay, that the sound is okay. All right. So yes, if you want to volunteer, just make sure that you have thank you so much for the sound check. Just go ahead and make sure that your camera and your microphone are working, because we'd like to invite you up and have you here as part of our class. We're going to take 3 volunteers in just a moment for round 1, and I'm going to be talking all about what we're giving away today. So thank you again for being here and being part of our Genius community. We truly, truly appreciate it. I'm just trying to get everything set up. So we have a course coming up on May 19th, which is all about energy medicine. We're going to talk about the historical origins of vibration and frequency, talking all about Chinese medicine, meridians, the chakras, and the different research that has been done over the years on energy medicine. And this will help you to better explain and understand the genius and put it into context. So if you'd like to sign up for that, you can go to biofeedbacksuccess.com/energy. So biofeedbacksuccess.com/energy. And that's just an easy way to get to the website to get signed up. Wish this would cooperate with me. There we go. Okay. On Thursdays, we have our Genius Miracles hour at 9 o'clock Pacific time and 12 o'clock Eastern time. So we also live stream that, and that's someone who really is in need and wants everyone collectively to work on them. Bring your genius. You can record the person's voice and picture, because they're there during that time. They're giving their permission to do so. So you can be a part of that. You can just observe if you don't want to work the genius, or you're still figuring out how to use your genius, but do join us for Genius Miracles Hour. We always have something interesting come up during that time. Then we also have our podcast on Friday afternoon, so you can come and hang out with us live as we record the podcast. We're really trying to feature the practitioners of the genius in this initial part of the podcast, the initial episodes. So if you are a practitioner and you want to be featured, please contact me. We'd love to interview you. And then you can take the interview recording, video, audio, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, and share that with your community in order to grow your practice. So we invite you to be on the podcast, and anyone can volunteer, and we'll go ahead and contact you and have you as part of our podcast. So thank you to our previous guests, Jing Zhu and Amanda Gill. Those podcast episodes are posted, and we really appreciate you joining us for that. Okay. So we're going to keep on moving here. Okay, so we're going to get to our Genius Trivia Contest, and we're going to take our volunteers in just a moment. So be sure you volunteered in the chat. And let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be giving away. So we're going to be asking questions about the genius. Since we've done this before, we're going to ask some advanced questions. So really get ready to sharpen your skills, and don't worry if you don't know all the answers. We'd love to have you participate. And we're going to do maybe rounds of a few questions for each group, see if we could bring up another group, ask another few questions, and we'll do our best to ask maybe, 6 questions of each group, or probably nine questions of each group, threes. So 3 people, 3 questions. We'll see how it goes. All right. So I just want to talk to you today about what we're giving away. And I just thought it would be really fun to talk about gua sha. If you don't know about gua sha, what gua sha is, it's a Chinese medicine technique that uses a tool, which is this gua sha tool. They come in many different forms, but this is like sort of the basic shape of the gua sha tool that you can see here. And what it does is you use it, facially. You can use it actually on all different parts, meridians of the body, in order to reduce stagnation. And it's just really something you could use in combination with your Genius practice. You can get this from a Chinese medicine practitioner, or you can learn to do it for yourself. And I saw a wonderful picture on Instagram of somebody applying gua sha to the back of the knees. And there's specific meridians on there. And you have to be careful not to overdo, learn how to do it gently, but it can really, bringing that circulation up from the back of the knees could be life-changing. I'll show you a picture of where they apply the gua sha in a moment. And you can be very, very creative with your Genius, and you can imprint frequencies into your gua sha tool, which then will carry the imprinted resonance as you're doing your gua sha self-care. So what it does is it clears stagnation, it detoxifies, it relaxes, releases, or even helps the connective tissue to clear any toxins, right? It stretches that connective tissue. It's going to restore movement and energy flow. And it just is like a sort of a mini massage as well. You just feel better because it relaxes the muscles. And there's been studies done in different journals about gua sha and show that it actually has some great efficacy for reducing pain, reducing inflammation, restoring function. So I thought it'd be fun to give a gua sha tool or two away, give away a few of these to people who are who are winners today in our trivia contest, and just have some fun with it. So it can move stagnant energy. It can actually be used for facial tonifying. Even the back of the knees, you can move, you always move towards the body, not away from the body. And you can read about how to do proper gua sha. And so what I did was I actually, do we have this other picture? We'll go to that in a moment. Oh, gosh, let me just see if I can, I'm going to edit this in the moment here while we're talking. This just bugs me. This is a program called Slidebean, by the way, that we do our presentations from. And if you're looking for a good presentation tool for yourself, you may want to check it out. It's very reasonably priced and it does a great job. So just pardon me while I want to get that slide correct here. And we're just right back to where we started. I just wanted to show this and then we'll show the book. So what I did is I imprinted the gua sha, and this is what we're going to give away, with lymphatic drainage frequencies, skin regeneration, connective tissue, muscle relaxation frequencies for 30 minutes. And then we'll go ahead and give this away to our winner today with our trivia contest. So you can just see all the different frequencies that were imprinted, and you can read and even find books on gua sha to do self-treatment. I think online, a lot of the Googling of gua sha says, oh, it needs to be by a trained professional. You can learn to do this yourself. And what a great at-home thing to do in combination with your Genius. So with that in mind, we're going to start our trivia contest, and then we're going to give away a fun imprinted gua sha tool. Also tells you things that you could give away to your clients. You could give away or even sell in your practice. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and choose our trivia folks. So who wants to, Audra, the slide app is called Slidebean, like coffee bean or different types of kidney beans. So it's called Slidebean. Linda says she loves gua sha. And okay, so we need some volunteers. So people who want to volunteer, we've got Angela. So Angela, let's go ahead and bring you up here. So Angela A, we're going to look for you and have you as part of our presentation today. So what is going on with the, okay, there we go. I totally understand what's going on there. Okay, so Angela, we're going to bring you up here as a panelist so you can turn on your voice and picture when you're ready. And let's see who else has volunteered here. And wonderful. Who else would like to, I don't know if we have any other volunteers. Let's see. John is joining us. John, a warm welcome to you. And let's see if we go right back to the beginning. Okay, we're going to need some volunteers to, hi, Angela. Thank you for joining us. So go ahead down in the, okay, Lisa, thank you. You know, if you want a gua sha tool, you better volunteer. And also it helps you really to be on your toes and learn the Genius as you're part of this. So Angela, thank you. You may just want to mute yourself. You can stay on camera, just mute yourself because of a little bit of noise in the background there. And so let's go ahead and, oh my gosh, let's just make sure we got the right one. Okay, Lisa, there we go. We're going to bring you up here. So as I promote you to a panelist, just go ahead and you can turn on your camera and maybe let us know that you volunteered. And Danielle, I see you. Okay. Let's just see who can volunteer here. Okay, well, Carol, go ahead. Carol S, we'll go ahead and invite you up here, Carol. So Carol S, go ahead and let's see if I can find you here. So we've got the other folks who are up here. So make sure that Lisa, go ahead and if you can start your video there so we know that you're up there with us. In just a couple more minutes, you guys be patient here. Okay, Carol, there we go. All right, so Carol, we're going to bring you up here. Thank you for volunteering and being part of our Genius Trivia. So Lisa's here, Angela's here. And so hopefully, Carol, you'll be here soon as well. Do we get you up here? Let's go ahead one more time and try that. Okay, so Carol, we're having some trouble. Let's see if it's going through here, getting you in here. So we may have to have one more person. So let's just try one more time. There we go. Okay. So let's, Carol, go ahead and if you can start your video there. Let's go ahead and talk to Angela. And Angela, you're out on your walk today. I love it. So just go ahead and see how Angela's doing. Hey, Angela, how are you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. How are you?
Good. Tell us just a little bit about when you got your Genius, or if you don't have your
got
Genius,
it.
let us know.
Yeah, I have it. I got it back in November. I was actually looking at some of the bigger, pricier machines at the time and trying to figure out like which way to go. But then I don't even know where Genius came up. But I'm like, all right, I'll try it out.
All right.
And
Well,
here
we're
I
glad
am.
you're part of our community. Do you feel like you know you're able to answer questions?
No, but hey, I'm all about learning. This is my brother here in the background that we're
Okay,
walking.
got it. All right. So yeah, you're out on your morning walk. I love it. Okay, so what is the difference between the system overview and the general overview?
Are you asking me?
Yes, that's for you.
Okay. So when you click on one, it shows more of the ones that are energetically out of balance in red. So you kind of have more of a direction of which way to go.
The system overview versus the general overview.
Did you hear me or did I cut out?
What's that?
Did you hear me or did I cut out?
Well, I heard you, but that wasn't exactly the answer. So can you, I didn't understand how you explained it. So one more time.
So the general, it just kind of comes up with like everything that's going to be high, but if you change it over to the system, it makes them more pronounced, I guess. The ones in red kind of tell you which way to go or which like which meridians to maybe go to first over.
Okay, that you're on the right track there, but I'm going to ask for see if we can find a little bit of a better answer. Okay. So hang tight and we'll come back and see what we get here. Thank you. Hang on, Angela. Okay. And if you guys can maybe if it's possible, just for our viewers, would you mind just getting to a little bit of a stable location so we're not showing you sort of moving around? If you're able to do that, we certainly appreciate you. Although I'll have to say, Angela, you're pretty stable given that. Okay, Lisa, what is the difference between the system overview and the general overview?
I myself don't really use the general overview too much. I like the system overview. Dividing
but do you know
panels.
Well, we didn't ask you, we love you, but we didn't ask you like if you like it or not, although that's good to know. But can you tell us about what the difference is between the system overview and the general overview? Okay, this is good to know that people don't know it that easily. Go ahead. You can just be honest and you can just say, yeah, I don't know, pass.
Yeah, not over. That's what I mean. I find that I don't use it because I don't know really what to use the general one for. Well, I like the system one.
I'm so grateful that you don't know. So we're not explaining it as well as we could. So that's good. All right, let's move on. So let's go ahead and we'll go to Carol. Carol, are you gonna just knock it out of the park here? What's the difference between the system overview and the general overview?
I really don't know.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're just at a draw on this one. So I just got the slideshow here so we could show the Genius and this at the same time. So we could just go ahead and do this. Okay. So let's go ahead and see if anybody in the chat knows the difference between the system overview and the general overview. Okay, so Nancy says, I might have some idea. Well, it's so interesting to know that this is not a well-known thing. So the system overview, and Angela, you were probably the closest, but you didn't quite hit it out of the park there. The system overview tests everything individually. The general overview shows you every score of the entire testing matrix and then stacks it up from highest to lowest. Because of this, you're able to easily see the very, very highest items from all the categories. And as you scroll down, you can actually start to make some conclusions about different patterns you might see. Then when we tap to the system overview, I'm sorry, we tap one more time on general overview, which is right up here. Let's see if we can, I'm not going to get a, we're just going to circle this here. So if I tap one time, let's go back up to the top. This is everything that's high up here. And then if I start up here and I tap one time on general overview, then this is everything that's low. And remember that these items are the items that are basically compressed energy. So these are very, very important. So sort of a genius tip is you may want to go right to your general overview in the beginning and just go ahead and see, gosh, what is really depleted in this person, or what remedy is really resonating for this person. And that could give you a lot of really great clues about the case that you're doing. And so Karen says, I love the general overview. So she uses it really often. Okay. And Sophie says, I answered that question last time we had a trivia. So there are some overlap here. And Sophie got the question. You were the one who got the question correct. So Carol, thank you. We're going to move right back up to the top. So Angela, get ready, get set. Let's see what the next question is here. And what is the purpose of the response assessment? We're going to have to make this maybe a little bit larger. What is the purpose of the response assessment? Okay, so do we have your volume on? Okay.
I have no idea. I haven't heard that term yet.
Okay, no worries at all. You're brave to be asked. Just don't worry. You're awesome. And Lisa, so I'm going to bring up a new round of people as we go through like sort of the third question here. So if you're sharp and you think you know your stuff, be like, oh, I knew that. I'm going to volunteer. So Lisa, what do you got for us? Response assessment.
Unmute. The response assessment is giving you, I think, like a number or how the person is responding to the different panels in the Genius.
That's absolutely correct. Anything else you can tell us about it?
Well, and to me, it's like a report. Like it's something to go back at and look and I don't know, guide you to make sure that you did go into the correct panels.
That's a little bit different. So you might have to minus a point for you now.
Nope.
I'm only joking. You actually overlapped it a little bit with synergistics. You overlapped it just a little bit with
I've been playing with that lately.
Fine.
I think that's amazing, that synergistics. I've been playing with it lately.
Well, we love that you're playing with any part of the Genius. So Lisa, you got that one correct. So give yourself kudos. Let's go ahead and look at this on the next slide here. And in response assessment mode, and I think it's probably going to be just as easy to look at it on the Genius itself. So we can bring it up on the actual Genius by going to the extra modules. That's why I switched to the basically the PDF so I could show both at the same time. So if we go to extra modules right here, we can go to response assessment. And this is bringing up the panel that we had, the system overview, but we can just go ahead and put in a remedy. So if we put in a remedy like we did, we can't really see this one up here. So that's why we kind of need to put something up here. Let me do it a little bit of a different way, the way that I wanted to do it actually on the response assessment. Let's try not to show the next question just yet. So can we do that? Okay, perfect. And let me see if I can just get this to cooperate here. We're going to get this perfect. And maybe syndicate a game show or two on this, right? We had this on a regular basis as a, all right, let's see if we can just move this over a little bit here, get this over here. Okay, perfect. Let's go back here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start from today's stress. So start from today's stress, which is right here somewhere, the one that you can't see. There we go. Okay, so we start from today's stress, and then we go to the extra modules, response assessment, and then we type in whatever remedy we would like to test. Rhodiola, herb. Okay, so then we begin the analysis. Then we have to check the items we want to see the difference in. The real items that we're looking for the difference in are the highs and the lows. So we want to check the high and the low items to see, like below 200, if there's a change. So let's go ahead and quickly check our response assessment. So Angela, we're going to give you that one. You did great. So you all are very courageous to do this, and we really admire your courage, and going to give you that point there for that. And what we're going to see now is the before and after. So just really quickly to cut to the chase, let me just see if we're actually, this is probably the next question here. All right, so let's see. Oh, Angela didn't get that point. I'm so sorry. That was Lisa's point. Yeah. So Lisa, we gave you a point here, and thank you. Lisa's probably saying, hey, that was my point. Okay, so Carol, we're going to go to you. Carol, how do we know if there was improvement during response assessment?
By the percentage it shows.
That is a good guess, but that is not correct. This one is a tough one. I'll be honest with you. This is our encore version. This is the advanced version, but we can go back and do another basic. So these are the tough ones, but how do we know if there has been an improvement? So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to ask Angela first, and then we'll ask Lisa. How can we tell on here, not the percentages, because the percentages actually don't tell us very much. How would we know that there's been an improvement from before and after?
Well, just looking at your screen, I would guess the numbers go down to a lower number or a more
You're on the right track.
level number, like out of the
Yes,
200,
you're
out of the
getting it. All right, we're
200
definitely,
range.
that point you earned. So we're going to
Yay.
definitely give that to you. You earned that point.
That being said, I actually haven't learned about the response assessment in any of the training, so it'd be great to catch up with that at some point.
Well, you made a good guess. But you're absolutely correct. It's the before and after. And what we're looking for is moving from an out of range number to an in range number. So we're moving from, I'm just going to mute you because I think your brother sort of has a lot to say in the background. So fungus was 694, and that was an improvement when we moved to 516. And environmental was an improvement. So if somebody had environmental sensitivities, the rhodiola, which tends to work on the adrenals, improved from 640. It went into a balanced state of 399. Infection, so if there was some suppression or issue with the immune system, it moved it from 613, which would say reactive, into 281, non-reactive or balanced. And then we could go down to the bottom really quickly. And let's see if there's anything else. So these lower ones are a little bit more tricky. Let's see if we have a sweet spot for one. Inflammation moved from 123 to a more balanced state of 278. And actually this one did too. Immune, out of balance to balance. So that's the basic idea with your response assessment. So Angela, great job on that one. We're going to move on to the next question. And this one is for Lisa. Lisa, what is the meaning of the rectification percentage?
The rectification percentage is a percentage of the your energy flow and your alignment and harmony. So it takes the three of them and averages it.
That's very, very good. That's actually absolutely perfect. You got it. That's another point for you. You're like a total expert. You're rocking this.
Lots to learn still, but I'm loving it.
All right. Thank you so much, Lisa. So yes, she's absolutely correct. So the rectification percentage at the bottom, and let's show it on the Genius itself, when we're looking at the bottom here, let's see if we can go ahead and get that spotlight now. Spotlight right here, just so we can show it. So right down here, we've got harmony at 29%, alignment 41%, energy flow 29%, and the average rectification is 33%. So it takes the average of all of them. And I think we're gonna have another question coming up, so I don't want to say too much more on this one. So let's see if we can go to Carol. Carol, are you ready for the next question? And of course, now that I did this, it won't let me unmute her. So just go ahead and try to unmute yourself there.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right.
And let me unannotate. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, great. So your next question is there a difference between the red scores and the blue scores?
Yes. The red scores are too high out of alignment. The blue scores don't have enough energy.
That's actually pretty good. High five, nicely done. Yeah, very, very good. We tend to, so red and blue are both reactive and they could both be said to be about the same thing. But the reds we associate with conditions or energies which are inflammatory, inflamed, acute, more recent or superficial. Things that are in blue we tend to associate with depleted energy, chronicity, or stagnation. It's a general concept and it doesn't always apply. The most or the best interpretation is anything in red and blue represents frequencies that would be beneficial for you to run today. But we can sort of, with conditions and issues like liver, pancreas, we can kind of say, yeah, this may be inflammation. This may be an energetic signal that it's more short term or it's more chronic. And particularly with blue, that there's no energy moving through that area, the energy is compressed. And so that could be extremely significant. So very, very well done, Carol. I like it. Let's do one more question, then we're sort of halfway through here. So we're going to do one more round of questions for this group. And if you've been watching this and you're like, I want a chance, we are going to invite up 3 more in just a moment. So get ready to be invited up here. Okay, so next one is technology. Okay, softball for you, Angela, here. What are the 3 areas that are tested in system overview? The 3 general areas that are tested.
Hold on, I'm trying to find myself here.
Okay, well,
There I am.
don't look at your genius.
Oh, no.
Just tell us if you don't know, it's okay.
So the 3 general, the body, the mind, and the, wait, hold on. I know this.
If you could just tell us what it's related to, then we could even give you the point for that.
Okay,
The
because
body, the mind.
and the, wait, hold on. I'm trying to bring up the mental visual
Anything
here.
that's- I got it. And then, anything that's associated with that last area, if you could tell us anything that's included in there.
Okay, because the body, there's the one that has the herbs and the minerals and the amino acids. And there's the one that has the today's stress and the, my goodness, I know this.
All right, let's ask Lisa if she can answer them quickly. You were so close. You did.
I
you did
know, and
really
it's right
good,
on the tip
Angela.
of my tongue.
You're good. You're a good sport. I love it. So, Lisa, you're going to buzzer in and give us the answer.
Yeah, the one she's missing is the biofield.
Yeah. So what are all 3 of them then?
So body, mind, and biofield.
Okay, Lisa. Okay, fantastic.
Which,
You know
which
your
I
stuff.
could
love it.
also interpret as spirit.
Yeah, spirit. That's a good one. Body, mind, and biofield, or we also call it the energy field. So the preponderance of frequencies being mostly in the body section. And then we come up here, we can see the biofield and we can see the mind. A quick trivia that not a lot of people know, and it's actually not a question today, but the body, when we bring this up, the 3 areas, you'll always see one come up, and it actually turns out that that is the area that's testing the highest as
Mhm.
prioritization. So sometimes body comes up, sometimes mind comes up, sometimes biofield comes up. So the next time you do a scan, kind of look at that and see, oh, you know, I just noticed that this is coming up at the top of their scan, and you may want to think about that. All right, so I think last question for this group, and then we're going to move on to another 3 lovely souls. These ladies have been amazing. So the final question here for you, Carol, what is the function of the quick balance bar at the bottom of each screen?
At the bottom is to, it moves it, excuse me, it moves it over to another area, another screen.
I'm gonna even tap the quick balance to give you a hint.
Okay, it'll do a quick balance.
It's okay,
And
Carol. It's
mark-
okay. I think it's on the tip of your tongue. You're totally,
Yeah.
totally fine. Let's go ahead and give Angela a chance to answer this one. So Angela, let's go to you and see if you can grab that one. What is the purpose of the quick balance bar?
Has to balance all the highs and lows or the reds and blues in a quicker format to get kind of a
But
broader
why?
range.
What
So
does
you
it
can
do? It takes the reds and the blues from where and balances them.
from whichever screen you're in, because you could be in the
That's
biofield.
it. You totally got it. Nicely done. You totally
Yay.
got it. From whatever screen that you're on, it's going to take the reds and the blues and automatically place them in the tray, even though you don't see them. It's when you hit that quick balance button, it's going to balance the reds and blues on that page. And the reason that that's really handy is, especially when you're new, you could just go right into any particular panel and hit quick balance and not have to add anything to the tray. So one technique for this is you could choose several different panels and easily go chemical sensitivities. The timer bar is this timer bar right here. And then you would set that timer bar maybe for a minute. So you could go 1 minute in chemical sensitivities, and then you could go back and you could do 1 minute in spinal energy. And then you could go back and you could do 1 minute in glands, or I did that one already, and 1 minute in herbs. And so it's just going to instantly balance all the reds and the blues. It's a wonderful convenience factor where you could go through a bunch of panels and just 1 minute, or till you get to till I want to say that rectification, till you get the rectification percentage that you want, etc. So I think we have to go through one more. Was that the last? I think that was the last. Let's see, was that the last question that, because we're not going to have time to do another one. So Angela, Lisa, and Carol, thank you so much. You did incredibly well. I want to thank each and every one of you for participating in our Genius trivia. Let's give you some final words here. Angela, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I do best with quiz type things like that. So it's great for learning.
It was wonderful to have you. Thank you so much. All right. And Lisa, did you enjoy it? You're the winner of this round, Lisa. So big congratulations to you.
Yes, I did enjoy it. And that being said, I think I understand the general overview better.
Thank you, Lisa. And Carol, you're awesome. Thank you so much for being part of our trivia contest today.
Thank you. I did learn more.
I love it when you're on the spot like that. Boom, boom, boom. You're right. It's like right in the moment. So I love it. All right. Thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch over. So volunteers, let's go. If you want to volunteer, let's go ahead and have you volunteer. So let's go ahead, and if you guys can mute yourselves and stop your video and so forth while we sort of change things here, we really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get that set up. So your volunteers, let's get your volunteers right now. People who are volunteering, just let me know right away in the chat section here. And let's get some volunteers here. So volunteers, I'm going to look at the past volunteers, or just go ahead and tell me right now. Linda. All right, Linda, you're on. So you're going to see yourself come up here as one of our panelists. So Linda, just go ahead and jump right on when I do that. And let's hope that I can find you here. Linda, one of our newer users of the Genius or practitioners of the Genius. So Linda, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and or just turn on your video for now so we can see you. And let's get some more volunteers. I think Nancy C said you wanted to volunteer. So Nancy, if not, you can just let me know. Hello, Linda, welcome. And you can turn on your microphone. Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Didn't
Well,
think I'd be on camera. I put lipstick on, but
Oh, you're wonderful. You look great. And how's your Monday going so far?
it's been very productive. Very good.
Even more productive in just a moment.
Yes.
All right, so let's just see if was there anyone else who wants to volunteer? Quick, so you can win, so you can be part of this. Let's go ahead. Deborah, did you want to volunteer? One more volunteer, somebody who didn't get picked before. You want to volunteer, let us know. Betsy, let's have you volunteer. You're one of our veteran practitioners. I love it. She's going to be stiff competition here. All right, Betsy, jump on and join us. And so open up your camera when you're ready. And let's go ahead and I think we missed one person. So Betsy, you're great. Awesome. And Nancy C, I don't know if you wanted to join us. So if you did, this is your sort of last chance here to join us. So Nancy C, if you wanted to jump in and join us. Connie, I think you had volunteered as well. So we're just going to see if we can do this really quick and get you up here. If not, we totally understand. Go ahead. So Betsy, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you
muted.
so much for being here. Have you
Yes.
sharpened all of your skills and you're getting ready
No, you set
to showcase everything?
Yeah.
All right. And one more person who has the courage to join us today. So one more person that says, hey, I'll put my hand up and I will join. You'd like to win that gua sha. Have you ever done gua sha, either of you?
I've had it done before and I've read about it. I think I really like the idea, the concept.
Exactly. It's fun to try different things and sort of be your own doctor and try things. Danielle. All right, Danielle, I love it. So Danielle, we're going to bring you on, Danielle H. So hop on there. Oh, Nancy decided she wanted to join us. So Nancy, do you want to join today? Nancy C, do you want us to do you want to join? No? Yes, no, maybe? Do you want to join or no, we're going to bring on another volunteer? really quickly, because we're going to bring Danielle on. All right, Danielle, we're going to have you as backup. So Danielle, you're going to come up here. You're going to be our backup person here, or we may just go through 4. Why not go through 4? We'll see. We'll have a 4th person here. So if you're there, Danielle, and you want to switch on your camera, all right, we'll just go for it. So Nancy, I'm just not totally clear if you're able to unmute yourself. So can you unmute yourself, my dear? Nancy C. If not, we may have to ask you to join us another time. Yes, you did it. All right. Then fantastic. And Danielle, thank you so much for joining us.
Sure. You're welcome. Glad to be here.
All right. So just really quickly. So Nancy, how long have you had your Genius for?
Just a couple weeks.
Oh, you are a brave one.
Oh, yeah, I'm very new. I've actually learned quite a bit just in the past couple minutes here.
That's hilarious. That's really awesome. Okay. And Danelle, how long have you had your Genius for?
Probably a year now. I feel like it's been less, but I know time goes by fast.
I
And then
think it's been maybe more than a year as well. I think you're right. So wonderful. So nice to have you as part of our Genius class today. Really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. So there we go. It's a little bit better view here. All right. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to start with Linda. Linda, now your question is, what is the maximum number of items that should be added to the Quick Zap tray?
The Quick Zap. Well, it could be any number. You just don't want to get it too gigantic.
And can you
So
tell, that's actually, you're on the right track. Can you tell us what the main function of the quick zap tray is. Why is that the case?
It's just a quick zap of, it's not going to analyze anything. It's whatever you put in there, it's just going to run.
That's actually totally correct. So nicely done, Linda. So we're going to give you the point for that. And we're going to show that in just a moment in the quick zap tray here. Okay, so you got 1 point there. So let's just go ahead and look at that. I think we have a slide for it. And then we also have it right here up on the Genius as well. And so the quick zap is for focus balancing. She's absolutely correct. It doesn't prioritize it in the same way that Progressive Insights. And it was a little bit of a curveball to Linda, and she handled it really well. There is no maximum number, but we do sort of recommend that it's between 30 and 50, or keeping it on the lower side just for focusing in one area or trying to achieve a certain goal. In this case, we put all 9 solfeggios together, and we wanted to use the 9 solfeggios as sort of a tonic session to get the benefit of all the solfeggios, even if they didn't come up as red or blue. So very, very good. Betsy, we're going to move on to you. And I'm sort of trying not to show the next question, but what is the purpose of the Quanta capsule?
Oh, that's a good one. So the Quanta capsule is a separate app that you can create a collection of sounds to send to somebody in another location. They can receive it on their iPhone or Android and play the sounds for, they last 7 days, and they can play it as much as they want. And so it allows
That's absolutely correct. You did it. You did a great job. They play it as much as they want, but it's a little bit limited just in terms of after 7 days, the frequencies will self-erase so that they will come back to the practitioner and get another set of frequencies.
Right.
So you're absolutely correct. And this would be an example of some of the frequencies you might see in the Quanta capsule. I don't know if we can get a bigger view right here. Yes, we can. And so this would be the frequencies that were sent to somebody's Quanta capsule. And now they can add all the items to the tray, and they can play the frequencies for themselves for 7 days. So Betsy, really well done. Okay, Nancy, we're going on to you. Your question. Uh-oh. What type of waveform does the Quanta capsule play? And I'll at least give you 3 choices. So you got a 30% chance. Does it play, or maybe I'm going to give you 4 choices. Does it play a square wave, a sawtooth wave, a sine wave, or does it play all of the waves?
All the waves.
Okay, that is not correct. Does anybody want to beep in? Does somebody feel like they know what the answer to this one is? Danelle, do you want to beep in on that one?
I'm going to say the sine wave.
And you're absolutely correct. Nicely done. Yeah, you got it. That's right. And how did you know that, Danelle?
It always pops up. So that's how I know it pops up.
Oh, yeah, it plays only the sine wave, and it's a little bit different. And so before I go on, so let's see. Nancy, this was your question. So Danelle, this is your natural next question here. So perfect opportunity here. So the next question is, what are the 3 waveforms that the Genius plays?
You just said them: sine, square, and sawtooth.
Okay,
and then there's a mixture.
You must have been a really good student. Because you listened to what I said before, which completely gave you the answer that we were asking in this question. So just by virtue of you paying attention, you totally got the point. So thumbs up, really nicely done.
Thank you. I like the mixture one too. How it can mix.
Yeah, alternating. Yeah, you can actually put alternating in on the Genius. You can play all 3. It will cycle through all 3 of them, and we can just pop right back to the Genius. And in the Genius, I keep trying to go out of it. We're going to go to that navigation bar, and as we go up to the navigation bar, we go to frequency, shape, and form. It actually shows us all 3 waveforms here: sine, square, sawtooth, and alternating. And so we can actually tap on alternating. And as we play our frequencies with the Genius, it'll go through all 3. Really quick, sine wave, that will mimic the natural processes of the body. The brain is a sine wave, the heart is a sine wave. And so when you want to entrain natural physiological function, right, normalizing it or harmonizing it, then you choose your sine wave. Square wave is something you see on a Rife machine when you want to work on sort of infections, bacteria, viruses. You're going to use your square wave. Sawtooth is going to be when you're going to see a big spike up and then a jump down, a big spike up and a jump down. Looks like a sawtooth. And so when you want to break up patterns, adhesions, fascia, even emotional stuck energy, you can use your sawtooth, or you can just use alternating, and you can go through all three of them and not have to necessarily worry about it. So that was Danelle's question. So we're going to go back to Linda. So Linda, it's your opportunity to answer another question here. And this was just to show the sign square and sawtooth. Okay, what is the range of hertz that the Genius will run? So from this number to this number on the Genius.
That I do not know.
Who's the first one who wants to pop in with the answer? Betsy, go for it.
777. 0
That
to
is a little
777.
different. So that's a little different. So let me make sure I'm asking the question. You are
Okay.
correct, but that's not the question. That is a score, and it's totally fine. That's a scoring, and you're right. 777 is the highest score. But what we're looking for when you're programming in frequencies or the frequencies that emanate from the Genius, what is the hertz frequency? It's a range from this number. Let's just start with 1. From 1 to what? What's the highest number? Does anyone know?
Oh.
A stumper.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody got that one. It's 10,000 hertz, 1 to 10,000. So when you put in your Rife frequency entries in your library, you can go as high as 10,000. All right, it's good to know. It's great to ask questions that we don't know.
Yeah.
So that was Linda's question. So we're going to go to Betsy. Okay, so there's that answer. And then what is the purpose of the synergistics panel?
That's a good one, which I don't use it that much, but so if you have like a supplement, vitamin B or something, and you'd like to know how your body would respond to taking that supplement in a certain dosage, you can write that in the synergistics panel and run that, and it will tell you how your body would respond on a physical level, on a mental level, on an emotional level, and I think on a spiritual level.
Wow, that's actually, you should
Yeah.
get bonus points for that. You did it incredibly well. You're absolutely correct. Let's go ahead and show it on here, and then we can show it on the Genius. So the synergistic test compatibility in all 4 quadrants. And when you want to know, it could be a supplement, it could actually be a place, it could be a person, it could be an action that you want to take. And the way that we get there is we go up to our navigation bar and we go to our extra modules here, and then we get to synergistics right here. And then we could type in whatever it is that we want to test there. We tested rhodiola here. We could test ashwagandha, which is just a great overall herb. And we can make some comments as it sort of goes through here. As much as the circles are filled up is how much it's compatible, whether it be a person, a place, a supplement, an action we want to take. And the more the circles are complete, the more confidence we have that that would be a very biocompatible thing to do. So in this particular case, for the person being tested, rhodiola has more circles being completed than ashwagandha. So rhodiola would be the better supplement. And you can even put in dosages. You could be 1 cap of Premier Research Labs rhodiola 3 times a day. And you could test it against 2 capsules, 3 capsules, 4 capsules, and things like that. So very, very well done, Betsy. Very nice. So now we're going to move on to, do we lose our other contestant there? Do we lose Danelle? Danelle, you can let me know if you needed to jump off or, but okay,
I'm
there you
here.
are.
I do have a client at 1, but I'm here for another.
Okay, so
7
we're probably gonna finish up. But yeah, if you need to hide your video or whatever, we'll just call you out. And okay, so Nancy, next question. You ready?
Yeah.
Nancy's had her Genius for the least amount of time, so she's super courageous to do this. What is the purpose of the rescan function in Progressive Insights?
To compare it to the first scan that you did.
That's actually true, and that's a but a little bit deeper. Why would you want to do that? What happens between the first rescan and the second?
What happens between?
All right, Can
And-
anybody give us a little bit that you're doing great? Nancy, can anybody give a little bit more of an explanation as to what the rescan function is about?
Analyze responding,
Say it again, Nancy.
analyzing how you're responding to.
That actually is pretty good, but there's just something a little bit nuanced to that. Danelle, do you have any thoughts on that? Why do
Yeah.
we run the rescan?
It tells you the reunification, the number that you went. And then also reprioritizes what you need to do.
That's the real key that we're looking for there is the reprioritization. Once you have run frequencies for X amount of minutes, we want to do that rescan right here in order to say, we didn't have a lot of items in here, but what is the next one that comes up as the priority? And it's a way to peel the layers of an onion and to really find out what is the superficial. And then let's get down to business. What are really the deep chronic issues going on for the person? And so the rescan can give us hints at that, and it can be really revealing in that way. So you're doing great though, Nancy. You're doing, and you're learning a lot for being here. So Danelle, we're going to go to you. This is your next question here, and we're going to be finishing up in just a few minutes. I know people are going to have to go to clients and so forth. So this is the rescan. What is the maximum time? It's a little bit of a curveball. So think when you answer, Danelle, what is the maximum time that you can run the Genius for?
When you put it on the 0, it goes forever. I do that a lot.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. You totally knew that. That was the curveball I was throwing there. But tell us a little bit about, you say you do that often?
I do that very often because I want to do it overnight for me or my son or my clients or whoever in my family needs it. Yeah. And I like that you can just play it on. Yeah. So each one has its own. So on the quick zap, you go to the left, and on the system over, you go up.
Yeah,
on the right
we can
to the
show that.
top.
We're going to just go ahead and move this ball all the way to 0. And as long as your power is plugged in, and you want to probably turn your screen lock off in order to do this, and it'll just keep playing and playing. So if you don't feel well, you want to really concentrate on someone, you're working on a chronic issue, turning it down to 0 and running it. It doesn't have to, if it's working on you or the Genius is running frequencies, it's remoting it to them. So you can put it in another room if you don't like having it on at night, whatever you want to do, but can play all night. So excellent, Danelle. You totally caught me on that. And if you need to jump off, don't worry at all. We want you to make your client on time.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
you already accumulated a lot of points here. So I think you can just roll with it with the points you already have. So thank you so much.
Sure.
All right. So let's go back to Linda. And Linda, here's your question. What are 3 ways that you can enter frequencies when creating your libraries? So there are 3 different input ways on the actual Genius. Can you name those 3 ways?
There's the archetype
Yes, that's
way.
one.
and the test plate one,
That's 2.
and the actual frequency set.
That's
One.
3. Ding, 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 ding. You did great. Can you tell us a little bit about those 3? Anything you know about them, about archetype and coding? Just in terms of what it is, not how it works.
I don't know how it works. For the plate, if you're using the testing plate, you can put stuff on it, and you hit testing plate and it creates the thing for you. And if you're doing something like an affirmation, then you would use the archetype, something that's more written out. So I use both. I have about 20 of my own libraries now. So
That's great. Yeah. So archetype is you're just sort of typing in the words, and the words are being basically translated to a frequency. And then the imprinting test plate is where you connect up your remedy plate, and then you're able to just import directly from the remedy plate. And then the frequency input is where you look up Rife frequencies and you find out what the frequency is, and you actually program in the number of that frequency. So yes, you got them all correct. Very, very well done. So we have just a few more questions here before we wrap up. So Betsy, you're next. And your question is, what we did ask this one before, but it's always it's a good one. What is the purpose of Entangled Insights?
So the Entangled Insights allows you to kind of take a deeper dive into any particular thing you want to know more information. So for instance, if if virus came up on your screen and you went to Entangled Insights, it would allow you to get more information about that virus, whether it's, maybe that's not a good example, but whether it's,
Oh, no, yeah, that's fine.
yeah, whether the cause or what's causing the stress disturbance is because of a certain bacteria or
No, you're absolutely
Yeah.
correct. So you did
yeah,
great. That's great.
it gives you hundreds of different possibilities of, diving into what area is really the cause of that by percentage. from
Okay, that's
100%
absolutely
to zero.
fantastic.
Yeah.
No, you did great. That's awesome, Betsy. You know your stuff. I think, Nancy, this is a related question. So hopefully you were paying attention to what Betsy said. In Entangled Insights, there are several groups that you can test. And Betsy actually gave you your answer. If you just think back to what she said, name one of those groups where you can test the actual category and group.
Again,
It's
take a
okay. It's all right.
No.
Janelle, before you have to pop out, do you know what the name of one of the groups of Entangled Insights is?
One of the groups I think is, let's see, addiction. No, hold on. Addictions maybe.
That's not one of the groups, but that was a good
Okay.
guess. Linda, any ideas?
All right,
One of the
Indigo.
groups you can test?
I don't know. I haven't played around with Entangled Insights
Okay.
too
All right,
much
so
yet.
this one was one that we didn't, this is one that we didn't,
Yeah.
we didn't do
Arc-
such a great job on. So if I just go to the immune, I like to always use that one as an example, and I go to immune, then right here, and when I'm in Entangled Insights, I can actually test in several different groups, and the groups are actually shown here. So we can show them quickly. They are Bach flowers, bacteria, cancer, emotions, headaches, and the one that Betsy mentioned was the virus. So we can just go ahead and see which virus is resonating. Now, keep in mind, it's only energetic, and our purpose is really to grab that particular frequency. We don't want to diagnose. We just know that it's an energetic match. So let's quickly move on. That was Nancy's question. So was that right? So we're moving back to Linda, and then this will be our final round of questions. Did I get that right? I think I did. If I'm wrong, let me know. So Linda, your question is, when testing for a vitamin or a mineral, what do the red and blue scores indicate?
Well, when testing for that, so the red would be something that is immediate, acute, energetic dysfunction going
No,
on.
that's correct. But if you were just
So-
testing, and this is actually, we say that really the reds and the blues just indicate the things that are your being or your consciousness is calling to. But when you see reds and blues, and we can even just go to the mineral panel. So what if you looked at this panel and you saw the reds and the blues in minerals, what do the reds and blues sort of generally indicate?
The reds would indicate an issue right now, where the blues would be something that's been
Not
chronically.
just collectively, because this
Oh,
wouldn't really
okay.
apply to the mineral, and I may not be explaining the question very well. But if you saw someone who was blue in potassium, now we can't really come to this conclusion, but what sorts of things would be tickling around in your head? It's
That
more
they're
obvious than you're making
yeah,
it.
that they're probably low.
Yes,
maybe
that's what we're
to
looking
take
for.
it.
Exactly.
So yeah, on
So
those things, I look at the low things to
that's
go.
good. No, those are good. So you like to look at the lows. So
Yeah.
they're not necessarily that's a good thing just to bring up. They're not necessarily indicating low. The fact that they're blue, they could actually be high. You could actually have too much of them. So we can never conclude one way or the other, but it can indicate that we may need to look these up and look at them and say, you know what? I'm really not eating enough green leafy vegetables these days. So I probably do need some more potassium. And yeah, I have issues with my blood sugar. Vanadium might be a mineral. So it's just to give us hints, and then we can run the frequencies and then do research or see a nutritionist to sort of seek out more information. So you were on the right track, Linda. So we're going to give you that point. Okay, so last round of questions to Betsy. What is a master branch? And hey, Betsy, we've been hitting you with some really hard ones and you've been handling all of them really well.
Well, and this is, I don't use the master branch. I create my own libraries.
I do too.
And
This can be a
yeah,
hard one. So it's
so
okay if you need
mas-
to,
I think
pass on it.
Yeah, I'm going to make a guess though. If you create something and you use the master branch, it allows it to be part of every single person's panel that you run frequencies for.
You're sort of on the right track with the master branch, but that's not exactly it. Do either Linda or Nancy, do you know what a master branch is?
I know it's used when you're creating like a template, like you can do a playlist in the
It's
regular.
similar to a playlist, you're
Yeah.
correct.
Mm.
So that's something I have to brush up on, but I know that I've used it to create little playlist type things for multiple libraries to pull from different libraries.
That actually is correct. So we're going to give you the point on that. So what a master branch is, and I think I don't have any of mine actually brought up. I didn't download that database, but a master branch, let's create one right on the fly here. You could group a whole bunch of heart themed libraries all together because you want to run them all at the same time and you don't have to fish through all the ones that you have. So for example, you would group the blood pressure libraries right here, and then you would also group I'm just going to make it really super fast. Then you would also do the heart libraries, and then you would also do the vessel harmonizing. And so you'd have them all so you can bring them all at once when you work on that particular issue. And then you'd have to add them to the client, select all, okay. And then you could bring up, all those heart libraries at the same time. So it's very efficient. So it's like a custom playlist, but located in the custom libraries area. Okay, final question, Nancy. How do you send frequencies to a person's Quanta capsule? What's the general procedure?
Oh, cripes. I'm nowhere near touching that yet.
Okay, Nancy, that's all right. You've done fantastic today. So Linda, go ahead.
This was more for learning, I guess.
You're fine. You were brave to volunteer. So big kudos to you and everybody sending you love and appreciation. Linda, any idea how you send them? Just a general procedure?
Yeah, I do this every day. There's two ways to do it. My favorite is to go to accessories and follow through the Quantum Cap because it lists all the people in my membership and I can easily click their way. If I have it in the main hold tray, then I can share through that to that person directly, but it doesn't automatically bring their email up. So
okay, actually,
that's why I don't use it.
Actually, you just brought up an issue we should solve. In any of the fields, it should be bringing them up. So, Linda, can you email me that? Email me that because I have to bring that to the developer's attention. It should populate your clients in any screen, from the progressive insights share function to inside. So we actually need to know about that. So if that's an issue, we're going to correct it, or maybe it's just a misunderstanding of how to use it. So that basically you export from several different places, whatever frequencies you have, like in the main hold tray, you can actually go to all and you can share from here. It does seem to populate right here. So that does seem to work.
See that little thing only shows up on accessories in an Android. So.
Oh, okay. In Android, please email me that so I can remember and send it off to the developer. Okay. Wonderful job for all of you. I want to thank all of you for being part of the trivia contest. And now I'm going to reveal the secret about the trivia contest is Linda, you get a gua sha. Betsy, you get a gua sha. Nancy, you get a gua sha. Danelle's going to get a gua sha. Everybody's going to get one of these gua sha tools as long as you participated today in my gua sha tool is run off somewhere. But as long as you participated today in our trivia contest, you are going to get one as well. We're going to take care of all the shipping and we're going to imprint it with those lymphatic drainage frequencies and send it off to you. So I really appreciate each and every one of you for being courageous. And did you learn something today?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much to all of you. And thank you for being part of our Genius community, a wonderful and passionate and amazing community that we have. So thank you, ladies. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We're just going to take you off camera here just
Thank
to finish
you.
up the rest of the day. So thank you again. And thank you so much. And especially Nancy, because she's so new to our community. So thank you so much. And thank you everyone who joined us for the trivia contest. If you enjoyed this, let us know. And I know we did the snake venom video live on Friday. So we talked about snake venom and homeopathic snake venom. We're going to have a way that you can request that recording, and we're going to publish that in tomorrow morning's newsletter. So look for the newsletter for this recording and then our upcoming events. And we'll just go to any final chat comments or questions that you have. Just a real quick one. How many frequencies can be imprinted to an item with the remedy plate? Marlene, if you're still with us, there really is no limitation on that. And I encourage you to be creative and put in as many frequencies as seem appropriate, about 30 minutes to imprint. And where's the newsletter? We'll be having that. It just is our weekly, I'll try to put newsletter in it, but our weekly email comes out on Tuesday mornings. Then we have usually some supplementary broadcasts during the week to let you know about things. So we'll have that coming out tomorrow. Email said we get a free library. No, there's no free library. We didn't say that in there about that, but thank you. Actually, so no, there's nothing like that for today. If maybe it was from a previous email or something, but we are giving away the gua sha to everybody who participated today. And what I will need from people who participated is I will need your address. So please send me your shipping address. And if you participated and you want the gua sha, Tula, meaning you were one of our participants up there, not everybody on the call, if you're one of the participants. And by the way, sort of a tie score on the second round. Linda, Betsy, and Danelle all had sort of equal scores, I think, with Linda having one extra point there. So Linda, you actually won that round. So good for you. And Lisa McKay had won the first round, but we do want just to thank everyone. So we're going to get everybody that gua sha and imprint those frequencies for them, which will be fine. So Karen says biofilm and leaky gut throws off the minerals. Each area of the GI tract absorbs different minerals. One thing we're going to be talking about with our wonderful Karen McDonald is a class where we can highlight the wellness principles that Karen really brings forth, like alkalizing, steams, and some things like that. So Karen, I'm going to be getting in touch with you, and we'll have a nice presentation, sort of structure the wonderful recommendations that we get from Karen that are so valuable. Okay, Rife books are online. Where can we look up Rife frequencies for our own libraries? Yeah, you can just look up Rife, the CAFL Rife, and find all types of information about Rife frequencies that are available. And you can get books on Rifing as well. Let's see if there's any. I missed Friday, so we talked about Friday. And Elaine says, Karen is wonderful. Yes, she is. Could you go over how to use our own Rife frequencies? Maybe we could do that next time, Mer. And let's see. Okay, so I think we got everybody. So we will remember to join us for Genius Miracles. Okay, Carol, do me a favor, just to for my own sanity. I know you put your address in the question Q&A. Email it to me. So everybody who is on here and wants to get their gua sha, who did participate, obviously I'll know who, just send me your address to ariel@geniusbiofeedback.com. And we're back on Thursday with the Genius Miracles Hour and then our Energy and Frequency podcast. And for those of you in the Library Discount Club, we are doing our free bonus class on Ayurveda and Marma Energetics this Friday for Library Discount Club. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Thanks for your great energy and encouragement to all of our participants. We'll do this again probably in another few weeks, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.